Hello Tiger fans, and welcome to Tiger TV.
This is Mike White with Coach's Show as we are here this week getting ready for the Tiger Bowl, a very familiar bowl game here for the Ripley Tigers. It's Halls versus Ripley. A little bit different dynamic as we've got a new coach at Halls who was at Ripley, Coach Stegall. But first of all, we'd like to welcome Coach Stegall, head coach of Halls, and Coach Cruz from Ripley here. Coaches, thanks for being here. And Coach Stegall, congratulations on your new position. And tell us a little bit about what's going on at Halls.
Just we're trying to get a little better every day. We've only had one scrimmage, so this will be our second outing. So there's some things we can definitely work on and improve on. But since we've started changing schematics and terminology around, the kids have grasped it real well, and they're picking up things, and we still got a long way to go. But we're slowly getting that way where we need to be.
How many kids have you got out this year?
41.
Wow, great number for the school compared to the last couple of years.
It is. We have a couple kids that are injured, so at practice each day I don't think we ever have less than 37 that are out dressed out and doing something. And the ones that are hurt, we try to get them to film or do something productive while they're there. But we're sitting at 41 on our roster right now.
Well, nice. Coach Cruz, tell us a little bit about what's going on at Ripley right now.
Oh, we're trying to figure out a new offense. Obviously Coach Blake left some big shoes to fill. Just to kind of touch on that, obviously we're very proud for him to have his first head coaching job over there. Me personally, it's something that we've always talked about as kids, having an opportunity to be head coaches and have our own programs and stuff. And I can't compliment him enough what he did for our program. He knows that. I couldn't have done what I've done for the last 6 years without him. Unfortunately, it's been uncharted territory for me because I've had to put trust in other folks, and it's been different. But it's good. It's always good to grow, and Just can't, like I said, can't say enough about being proud for him. But our kids have been doing a good job picking up the new stuff that we're doing, and I've been proud of how they've approached it. They're excited about it. We had some timing issues in the first scrimmage, played a really good opponent in South Gibson. But I thought that was a little better against Brighton and Raleigh, Egypt. Now, it wasn't where we wanted to be yet, but it was a big step in the right direction. Defensively, I think that we're in a very good place right now. I think Coach Blake will probably tell you watching film, watching our scrimmage, that we're probably better defensively than we have been offensively at the moment. But I've been proud of how our kids have been showing up and working and the way they've approached and attacked it, and been very proud of the coaches and how they've been positive and always, working hard to get us there. So far, I think the off seasons went well, and obviously the preseason scrimmages went well, and we hope to continue that.
Well, we'll get down to the meat of it then. Coach Stigall, of course, tonight the Ripley Tigers, you'll be traveling to Ripley, and you'll be staying on the visitor side for the first time at Tiny Knee Stadium. And I know that's obviously a little bit different dynamic for you. Tell us a little bit about your feelings coming into the game and, kind of what you anticipate.
That's one of the first things we talked about the Tiger Bowl when we were talking about it, was just that, for the last 6 years I've had a ton of games over there. Never been on the opposite side. And I think me and Coach Montgomery even talked about it, because he has been on the other side, and he said, you see it from a different light, but it's the same field, same feel, all that kind of stuff. I think it's going to be a good game. We're very similar to what they were. We've only had one scrimmage again. Our defense is probably slightly ahead of our offense, and I got a chance to come watch them against Brighton in their second scrimmage. And when we talked after the scrimmage was over, I told him the exact same thing. I said, I think your defense is in a good shape right now. Offense, it's like timing issues or, just little things to iron out. It's going to come, but this time of year, everybody's in that boat. So I think both of our teams are at very similar stages right now. And so I'm like he's already said several times, I'm just hoping for a good, clean game, limit the turnovers, and come out injury free. And I think both of us will be pretty excited about that.
Absolutely. And Coach Cruz, a little bit different scenario for you, because you're looking across the field at Coach Stigall instead of looking down the sideline. And just tell us a little bit about your expectations for the game and your perception on it.
Yeah, it was like I said, we talked about it, and I clearly want him to be successful throughout the entire year. We always preach, just like I'm sure he is to his kids, anytime the scoreboard's on, we want to win. But the most important thing is just to show growth, show another step forward from that last scrimmage, because the first game's coming up for both of us the following week, and, did we get better at something? That's what we want to take away from it, and the most important thing being that everybody comes out of it healthy and, keeps their head on the shoulders right. And because at the end of the day, both of us, the goal is always big to compete for a region, compete for a playoff spot and all that. I don't want anybody to go in limping into week one. But yeah, I think our thing is just be able to play into the offense that we want to play, the pace of it, make sure we're marking the right people on the blocks, improve our timing, defensively continue to fly around, keep growing in the defense, and get lined up and do the little things. If we can do that, then I feel like the night's a success no matter what happens.
Well, I know both of you will put forth a good team for the game, and I expect a huge crowd for the game. But for the people who may not know how far you guys go back, tell us a little bit about that, because most people don't know as much as I do about how far you go back and how good of friends you've been and for how long.
That's right.
You want me to take it? Or?
You can. Go ahead.
Coach Blake and I guess we really hit it off. His dad took the middle school head coaching job at the end of my 6th grade year. He came obviously with his father, and he was going to play and whatnot. And I guess really since day one, first time he came here, me and another buddy of mine, happened to be his cousin. We actually went and picked him up with his mom, and we went to a little party together over at some girls' houses and hung out. And from that point forward, we just kind of hit it off and found out that we had a lot of things in common, a lot of similar beliefs and stuff. And I know for a fact that if I had to call him today if something was wrong, that he'd drop everything and help me out, because he's done it before. And I hope he knows the same thing about me. But we've literally played ball together since 7th grade on. I stayed at his house probably as much as I did growing up. My dad used to joke all the time with me in college that I'd come home and spent more time at his house than I did at ours. But we had a great time, and I'm very lucky to call him a friend, friend for life. And it's just been great, getting to grow together in the coaching profession. We started off at different places. I guess was a traveler for a little bit, trying to find where I belonged, and he went back to our alma mater and got a good start there under Coach Cody, who was a legend in our parts. And we always talked about wanting to coach together and stuff. Finally got lucky enough to do that I took over as the DC over at Westview, and he was the OC, which was like a dream of ours to be running our old program and all that. It didn't really go as we'd planned. By the end of the season, we both were looking. We was like, man, let's get out of here and let's go. We're ready to make our own mark somewhere else. And we were so fortunate at 28 years old to get an opportunity to come down to Ripley and take over the program and just really make it our own, because it was in a place where everything we did was ours, and we really just owned that. And he was a big part of that. Kids want to play for him, you know, and I guess that's part of why we've become friends, because, I mean, you want to be around him. He's got an infectious personality, and, you know, it's just been great growing up with him and becoming a young man and then growing into a man, and now still growing as coach and profession, because even now I call him, bounce stuff off of him. Like you said, after the scrimmage, he was like the first call I made and was just like, hey, what'd you think? Because I know he'll be honest. That's one thing we're always with each other. We know it's all in good heart, you know, coming out, but, you know, he knows I'll help him any step of the way too, and we'll continue to do that the rest of my life.
And Coach Stegall, I know that your dad was a coach for a long time, and so y'all are the same age, is that correct? Did y'all graduate together?
Yes, sir.
So been together for a long time, and
That's right.
I look forward to watching you guys compete against one another, because it's, you know, it's like a chess match, I guess,
Yes.
maybe, because you guys know each other so well that you probably anticipate a lot of the others, or at least you think you do, and the other one's trying to outthink you, what you think that they think. So it's going to be fun to watch. I know it's going to be a great game. Expect a huge crowd. From everything I hear and from the past Tiger Bowls we've had, it's going to be a great crowd, and we just look forward to a good game. And like I said, everybody come out healthy, and then we go into week 1 where it starts counting, and then hopefully we both go 10-0.
Hey,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
all for it. I'm all for it.
Well, thank you, coaches. I appreciate you being here with us today. We look forward to the Tiger Bowl and look forward to a great season in 2023 for both Ripley and Halls.
Good evening, Tiger fans, and welcome to the live broadcast of the Tiger Bowl here in Ripley, Tennessee, as the Ripley High School Tigers are hosting the Halls High School Tigers. This is Mike White along with Tracy Crazy Horse Henson here to bring you all the live action. We've already had a middle school game, and Halls won that game 6-0, I believe was the final score. It was. And so we are just about ready for the varsity team as they get ready to take the center of the field and get ready for the flip of the coin. We also had Halls cheerleaders from high school and middle school, as well as Ripley cheerleaders from both Halls High School and Ripley High School that performed, as well as the bands. So it's been a full night so far.
You've got a great crowd.
Absolutely. We want to introduce our cheerleaders to start with. Our cheerleaders are as follows, and this is brought to you by Helena Chemicals. Meg Coker, Captain. Reese White, Captain. Kaylee Etheridge. Shermana Haynes. Marley Heath. Annabeth Massey. Dama Taylor. Aisha Body. Rhett White. Laney Woodard. Linda Burrow. Cheyenne Fitzhugh. Allie Henderson. Julia Manley. Kaylee Pittman. Dorena Robbins. Reagan Conrad. Emerson Heath. Carly Hutchins, Zoe Latham, Emerson Payton, and Briley Ray. This year's first year and doing a fantastic job coaching is Coach Bailey Bream for the cheerleaders. Would you tell us who our captains are tonight?
Do what, Mike? I can hardly hear through this thing.
Our captains tonight for the Ripley Tigers.
Oh, okay. Number 8, that's Josh Harn. Number 2, that is Sammy Smith. Number 55, that is Logan Simpson. At number 41, everybody knows who 41 is. That's Omorion Pitts.
And our Halls captains. We can see the numbers. I see number 75. That's Noah Waits. He's a senior. Looks like number 4 across the way. Ethan Beasley. Can you make out any of the other numbers?
I want to say that's number 70 over there on the far
I
side.
think you're right. 70 is Lannon Davis.
And I can't tell
And
you the other
there's
one.
one more. We'll have to wait till they get to the middle of the field. I think it's, yeah, can't tell on this side. But we'll get back with the captains once they come to the center of the field. So we are looking forward to a great night tonight. Excuse me. Tonight, as always, Tiger TV brings this to you live streaming, and it's uploaded on Tiger TV. And actually got 3 cameras this year. Steve Vickery is running one, Mark Jones the other, and Brad Vickery. So a lot of coverage there if you want to watch the replay or watch it live. So we look forward to what that's going to bring to the table with 3 cameras. We're like almost big time.
That's right. We're almost ESPN there.
Almost.
I think all we're waiting on now is the umpires and the referee to get here.
Yeah, the Tigers are lined up and come out of the helmet in the tunnel, and I think you are right. The only thing I see that we're waiting on is the referee. I also want to give a shout out to the cheerleaders this year. Had to get new uniforms, and all of these people made that possible, so we definitely want to thank them for their help with Ripley High School cheerleader uniforms, supporting the Tiger cheerleaders. They are Lane's Flooring, Helena Chemicals, Smokers Friendly, Bank of Ripley, Cannell's Body Shop, Keeley Bonding, Unique Properties, Mott's Flower Shop, Bees Waffles, Farmers Home Furniture, Thornton's Tax Service, Brooks Family Optometry, Royal Hair Salon by Tiff, Fish's Wing Shack, Harper's Eye Care, Thompson's Mortuary, Kreiner's Furniture, Chisholm Lake Store, First Citizens National Bank, Farm Bureau, Marvin Windows, Komatsu, and Southern Roofing and Renovation. A big thank you from all the Ripley High School football cheerleaders, staff, and all the fans. Thank you so much for helping out the cheerleaders this year.
Yes, looking forward to it. I mean, I know the refs probably got hot during that other game. They should be on the field.
Yeah, we're definitely waiting on it.
Memphis star Josh Northcott.
We're supposed to get started at 7:20. Looks like we're gonna be running a little late.
Yeah, actually, everything has kind of been pushed back. We're only a minute behind so far right now, so if the referees will come on out, we'll get this thing started. Talking about some other action from around West Tennessee, we saw the very end of a scrimmage tonight between Peabody and South Gibson.
South Gibson.
And South Gibson won that with 13-6, I think, wasn't it?
Oh, was it South Gibson won or was it Peabody?
Peabody, you're right. It was Peabody that won. So we want to, actually had mentioned last night that we were going to recognize some former Ripley High School athletes, former Tigers, and kind of a teaser was, we called it the Night of the Jimmies, but we want to recognize these guys that were former Tigers and thank them for everything they've done. Some of them are not in the best of health and could definitely use your prayers and thoughts at this point in time. The first one is Jimmy Hickman. He's actually the youngest one. He's a year older than I am, so I guess he's 65. He graduated in 1976, played football, was number 88, and of course he played baseball at high school as well. Played some, I think, farm team ball back in probably the late 70s. And he could definitely use everybody's thoughts and prayers right now, so definitely want to give him a shout out. And the next one was Jimmy Kiesler. I think he graduated in somewhere around 1970. I'll have to look back. He played football at Ripley, and he was a huge supporter of Ripley football and baseball for many, many years, well after his son had graduated high school and his daughter. He continued to come to football games and supported Ripley Tigers all through the years. He's not able to attend at this point in time, but we definitely want to keep him in our thoughts and prayers too, as he's facing some struggles as well. And then last but not least, I guess the older person in the group was Mr. Jimmy Hill. He graduated from Ripley High School in 1956. He played baseball, and anybody who's had anything to do with Ripley sports for the last 50 years probably know who he is, because he's at almost every home football game, every home baseball game, and most home basketball games. So definitely wanted to give those three a shout. if you've got we want to do this with veterans, and we want to recognize some more as the season goes along. But if you have someone that you want to recognize, contact Tiger TV or WTRB, and we'll try to get that information out. And we just want to recognize some of the people that have supported the program and been a big part of it for a long period of time. But I guess we're still waiting on the referees.
You don't think they went home, do you?
I hope not.
Do we have members of the Ripley High School crowd form a spirit line in the end zone?
And again, the Tigers are lined up, Ripley Tigers are lined up as they are waiting to come through the tunnel, and then the Halls cheerleaders, like the Ripley cheerleaders, have a line for the team to run through, and they're both lined up, ready to go. The captains are both sides of the field, and we are just waiting for a referee, I think.
All right, so the last two are the second quarter, not the first quarter.
Let's see, I did go back and check a text that I had with Jimmy Keesler. He graduated in 1970, and he was number 21. And I've talked to him a lot through the years. You know, Jimmy wasn't a great big fella in stature, and he often told me he was the smallest guy on the team when he played. But when you're the smallest guy on the team when you play, you know you got to be a tough guy.
That's right, that's right. You know, it's all about heart.
That's right. You know, he might not have had the biggest stature, but he probably had the biggest heart if he was out there competing against guys that outweighed him 50 or 100 pounds. So again, we are just sitting, waiting on the referees to come. It appears here they come. They're coming out of the school, coming across the far side as we can see them making their way down.
They're taking their time, ain't they?
Yeah, they're not in any hurry. The field, I mean, it was, of course, it was completely covered with sun for the first game that we had, and it was hot.
Yeah. I noticed the ambulances come in, and I think they're probably going to get the middle school players that got hurt earlier.
So we are just awaiting them, but it has, I will say it's cooled off a whole lot, but at least the shade has shaded the field now, so at least you don't have the sun beating down directly on you. So we actually, tonight, of course, we'll wrap up all preseason festivities, and next Friday night, the Ripley Tigers will travel to Jackson to take on the Southside Hawks. I think we've kind of had their number the last couple of years.
Yeah, and I know this year they got a brand new coach. Of course, he come from Covington, and he's been up under J.R. Kirby, so you know he knows what he's doing. And that's a 4A school. We're playing up. The following week, Crockett County will come. We'll play up again because they're a 4A school. But you know, I think it's good. I like what Coach Judson is doing. You know, in the past, you know, a lot of teams want to play teams that their record probably 0 and 4,000. You know, but I like what he does. We play a tough opponent, and when we get into our region, then that helps us to be prepared somewhat to go against the teams.
Yeah, the coach is, you know, I can remember many years where we played Raleigh, Egypt, we played Frazier, we played some of the teams out of Memphis the first 2 games of the season, and you know that you started out 2-0, but you weren't necessarily ready for you know, stiff competition by the time the third game got there, and so you know, sometimes you started off 2-0 and didn't win a whole lot of games after that. So Coach Cruz, his philosophy is he wants to be as good as he can in the regular season, get better every week. The main goal for him and his program is to just get to the playoffs, and then when you get to the playoffs, hopefully those other teams that you've played throughout the regular season will have you better prepared for the playoffs.
Right, and that's what he's done. I think you said the other night that he's the winningest coach in playoffs that's ever been.
He has in 6 years. This is Coach Cruz's 7th year. In 6 years, he has. I can't tell you the exact numbers. First year he was here, I think he took over either a 1-19 or a 2-18 program. The first year, I don't remember what his record was, but we didn't make the playoffs the first year. But the next 5 years in a row, we've made the playoffs. We've always won the first game of the playoffs, and most of the time we did get put out in the second round, except for I think 2019 or 20, or maybe 21. We actually made it to the quarterfinals, made it to the third round, got put out by Haywood. But
And we was in that game.
we were up until halfway through the fourth quarter. So the Ripley program has really made huge strides over the last 6-7 years since Coach Cruz has been here. He also is the fourth longest, tied for the fourth longest tenured coach at Ripley. Of course, Coach Tiny Knee was first. He was like, and I don't remember the number, so I'm not going to say him. 20-something years. Coach Tiny Knee, and then Coach Kelly came in. He was somewhere close to that. I don't know if it was 18, 22, but somewhere along in there. Then Coach Shipley was here. He came my senior year, and I think he was head coach for 12 years. And then for fourth place at this point, it's tied with Coach Justin Cruz that's here now, and Johnny McAdams that was here from 99 to 05 or 6. And so he'll tie that. But the amazing thing about it is he has won. He's been to more playoff games and won more playoff games than any other coach that's been here. And of course they didn't have playoffs back in when Coach Kelly and Coach Nee were coaching here. So it kind of runs from Coach Shipley forward. And Coach Shipley, obviously, he was a great coach, and I told Coach Cruz that he was, that was a great company to be in with Tiny Nee and Coach Kelly and Grant Shipley. But he had done, as far as playoff wins, he's won more games in 6 years in the playoffs, not total games, but in the playoffs, than Coach Shipley did in 12 years. No slack taken toward Coach Shipley because he was my coach. He was a good coach. He, football is different. It changes all the time. Your schedules, your regions, and everything changes a lot throughout the years. So, it's hard to compare. It's not really apples to apples. But at the end of the day, it comes down to making the playoffs and winning playoff games. And he has done a fantastic job with that. And congratulations to Coach Cruz and his entire staff.
Yes.
Speaking of that, you can go ahead. You can read the coaches off.
Head coach is Justin Cruz. Assistant is Jordan Gardner, Aaron Lowry, Tim Grapes, Tanner Trevathan, or whatever. Trevathan, Austin Tate, and Josh Northcutt. So he's got some good guys behind him. Of course, Blake tonight had been with him every year since he's been here, except for tonight. And he is the new head coach at Hall, and we wish him well.
Absolutely. If you listened or watched the coaches show, I had both of them together, and we interviewed them and getting ready for this game. And Coach Cruz couldn't have complimented, I don't think, Coach Stegall anymore. Said he was a big part of what had happened here at Ripley, and that he couldn't do it without him. He had huge shoes to fill when Coach Stegall left, but he was happy and proud for Coach Stegall to get his opportunity to be a head coach. They were friends since about the 6th grade, and he said, when they were kids, they used to dream and think about, each one of them having their own program.
Wow.
And he said, we probably never thought that we might even be coaching against one another. And so I said, well, I'm glad you're getting to do it and getting to do it here in Ripley, kind of live out your dreams. So in Ripley and Hall. So we are, it looks like, just about ready. Yeah, the captains are coming to the center of the field now, so we should be able to get this game underway pretty soon.
I believe that's 76th and 78th for Hall, and two big guys right in the middle. I believe that's right, Mike.
Okay, well, if that is the case, then 70.
Or do they have a 76?
Yeah, that's Dustin McGorick, and 78 is Charles Langley. So our captains are meeting at the center of the field now. We are just awaiting the toss.
Ripley won the toss, and they will receive it.
Ripley has won the toss and will start on offense to start. It's high school Tiger Ball.
All right, so the teams are now getting ready to come out onto the field. This will be two, it appears, 15-minute quarters, running clock. That's touchdowns and timeouts, maybe penalties. I'm not sure. We will find out. Our injury timeouts this year are going to brought to you by Star Physical Therapy. And of course, as been for years, Bank Tennessee will sponsor the touchdowns. Southern Roofing and Renovations, Clint Conrad, will be sponsoring all the penalties, and as usual, Farm Bureau Insurance will be doing the first downs. So thank you to all the sponsors for Tiger TV, WTRB. We're all on the same team. We're all trying to support the Ripley High School Tigers, and appreciate everything that everyone does to support the young folks here in Ripley. And we are just about ready for the Tigers to run through. Looks funny seeing Coach Stigall on the far side, especially in black and gold.
Yeah. That's been his dream. And like Coach Justin, I mean, when they first started this thing, playing football, or the middle school, whatever, I guess it was their dream when they too be a head coach.
Yeah, they all hope that they'll have their program one year, and it's taken a few years, but now it's here. And here come the Ripley Tigers through the tunnel, led by the cheerleaders. And we are just about ready for kickoff here at Tiger Bowl 2023 here at Tiny Knee Stadium, Don Paris Press Box, and Jim Fitzhugh Field.
And it's really a big rival when you got a former coach coaching on the other side, and you know how bad that he wants to win. So
Absolutely, that's one thing they both said during the interview. They said, we want to see improvement. We want to come out of the game healthy, and said anytime the score keeps score, we want to win.
Yeah.
And both of them are that way.
yeah.
I said it would be kind of fun to watch, kind of a chess match, because they know each other so well, and they know how each other thinks, and so they're trying to guess the offense that they're going to run and match up the defense to it, and so forth. So Ripley is going on offense first. They'll have the ball first down and 10 at their own 30-yard line as we get ready for the first play of Tiger Bowl 2023.
And the Tigers come out in that spread offense.
Yeah, expect this year they're going to run a spread offense, no huddle. They try to snap the ball every 15 to 20 seconds and make the opposing team, put their defense kind of in a bind where they don't have time to do a lot of subbing. Sammy Smith is quarterback. He quarterbacked the last part of last year, and kind of at the end of the season was coming into his own, expected to pick up where he dropped off. Shotgun formation. He hands the ball off to Barbie off the left side. He's in the secondary. He breaks a couple of tackles, picks up about 17 yards off the left side. So that'll be a first down for the Ripley Tigers. That's a Farm Bureau Insurance. Ripley Tiger first down.
That offense gave him a big hole right there.
They did, and he made the most of it. So Ripley right back up on the ball, ready to snap it again. Same formation. This time quarterback's going to keep it. He's going to run it to the right. He cuts it up the middle. Picked up right at 10 yards going off the right side.
I'm thinking first down.
I think they're going to say it may be a half yard short. So it'll be second down and less than one.
That's what we're going to need this season for
Hearn split wide out to the left. Here's the snap. Smith drops back. He's wanting to throw. He's looking. Got plenty of time. Throws the ball long downfield. Got a man. And he touchdown for the Tigers. That was Sammy Smith connecting with number 11 for the Tigers.
that is J.Q. Hurdle.
And so Ripley scores on a 46-yard strike for a Ripley Tiger touchdown with just less than a minute gone in this opening period here, opening quarter for the Ripley High School Tigers as they get ready for their point after.
Well, that gave me chills on that.
Hey, I saw he had plenty of time, and I saw he was open, and I was hoping that the pass was going to be there, and you can see that Sammy has really honed his skills. He hit him right in stride, and it was over as soon as he caught the ball. And we get ready for the point after.
That's Hendricks kicking.
Hendricks kicking and Hearn holding. Referee holding up play. Not sure why. Here's a snap, and it's up and good. Of course, there's no contact on the special teams tonight, so they snapped the ball, but there was no rush. So Ripley will take
In the first quarter of
It looked like it was good to me. The scoreboard still says 6, so. And I thought it was good, so I didn't even look at the referee, but maybe it wasn't good.
I've always said that during these scrimmages and stuff, that the referees need just as much practice as the team
Yeah,
does.
you're probably right.
I thought he went through.
Now, everybody here thinks it went up, except for whoever the scorekeeper is. It was wide right, was what Todd White said. He's a scorekeeper, and he knows. He's got spotters too, so we'll go with what he said. Now Hall's is going to be up to the line. They're going to have 2 wide to the left, shotgun formation. We'll try to get you some of the starters here as we go through it. When you don't have a huddle, you don't have much time to talk in between the plays. All right, here we go. There's a snap, and it's a toss, and it's a halfback pass, and he's wide open. He has to stop to get it. He does come back and catch it, and he comes down with it at the 46-yard line, 47-yard line. So a big first down, about a 25, 30-yard pass play on first down. And, you know, that's a trick play. Hey, if you know Coach Stegall, you know he's capable of doing stuff like
I was
that.
number 1, Landry Roberts. He's a junior for the Hall Tigers. It didn't like much being intercepted.
No, it hung up there a while and it was short. But he still was able to get under it and come down with it. And the ball this time, he caught in the backfield, number 7, AT3, the first one there, but Omarion Pitts there with him, and also number 37 for the Tigers, Jonathan Holcomb. And on the tackle, it's going to be about a 3-yard loss. It'll make it second down 13 with 11 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Ripley on top, 6-0.
Yeah, that was a good stance by the Ripley defense.
All's up to the line, 2 wide left, wing right, shotgun formation, and play is stopped by the officials.
Something was the number 1 shoe for Halls, so he has to come out of the game.
What do you have to come out for?
The referee was pointing down toward his shoes.
Okay. I don't even see him doing anything with his shoe, but either way, Hall's up over the ball. 2 wide left, wing right. Here's the snap. Hand the ball to the running back, going right up the gut, and he's hit there. Number 32, number 41, Omarion Pitts, and number 7, AT3, 32 is Deloach, and so they get them back for another. Let's see where they're going to put. They're going to say it was no gain. Could make it third down and about 13.
Do you remember who ran that ball for Halls, Mike? 'Cause
I never could see him because we covered him up so quick. Couldn't see his number.
Halls got a good sized offensive line.
Halls breaks the huddle. They'll send 2 wide to the left, wing to the right again. Now, we'll say that Halls is playing with a backup quarterback tonight. Here's the snap. And the ball to the running back. He's got a nice hold off the left side. He picks up the first down, or right at the first down mark. I think he's got it.
Yeah, he does.
And so that was about a 13.5-yard run where he needed 13. Had a nice hold over the left side. The offense did a good job of him being able to rip it through there, giving him some room to run.
That 14 ran that ball for Halls, wasn't it?
I think so.
Let's see.
Some of the Ripley Tiger offense, number 92, Connor Mooney, he's a senior playing nose guard. He's a big old fella, about 6'3". This time 2 wide to the right. They hand the ball off to the left side again. This time he's in the backfield. He's brought down. And Mooney, AT3, and Deloach, all 3 in on that tackle. So they're going to say he loses 2. So it'll be second down 12 with 8:30 to go. Opening quarter, Ripley on top, 6-0. So we've told you several of the starters. Of course, number 8, Josh Hearn, he's playing safety. Number 32, Deloach. He is a junior. hurdle. We'll try to get to some of the rest of them as the Halls Tigers come to the line. Quarterback drops straight back, wants to throw. Looking, got plenty of time, throws the ball long, and goes up and falls incomplete. Good coverage by the Tiger defense, as it was just up for grabs. Neither one came down with it. And
that was J.Q. Hurdle, number 11 for the Tigers, the one that caught that pass.
Yeah, he's been all over the field making himself known so far. Also on defense, number 55, and that's one of the Simpson boys. That's Logan. And number 54 is out there also. That's Keon King. He's a sophomore. Back to live action, 2 wide right. And the quarterback hands it off to the running back. He's hitting the backfield hard. And number 41, big old Pitts, hit him now. I think AT3 kind of slowed him up. And then Omarion, he just came in and cleaned his clock. Expect to see him a lot more on defense this year, because he's gonna play some offense, but he's gonna play a lot more defense than he does offense. He's kind of in the position of Carney from last year, and those are big shoes to fill. But he's a big guy.
He's hard to stop as a running back. He's gonna be even harder to stop as a linebacker.
Sammy Smith is also out there on defense. This time 2 wide to the left and 1 wide to the right. Shotgun formation for the Halls Tigers. The snap, quarterback is going to throw it out into the flat. It's complete, and he gets past the first defender and gets back inside the sticks. And I think it was
I believe it was Josh Harmon.
Ripley will take over on downs. That was 4th down. So Ripley takes over on downs, and they'll have the ball 1st and 10 now at the 36-yard line. So we'll try to get some of the offensive players for you now. Number 72 for the Tigers, that's Dalton Wilson. He's the center. 51, Jaden Jennings. Back to live action. Smith takes a snap. He hands it off to number 14, trying to get outside on the left side. He gets the corner. He's got the edge. He's got the first down, crosses the 50, and down to about the 46-yard line.
That's about a 15-yard run.
Nice run. Good job. And again, that is a Farm Bureau Insurance Ripley Tiger first down.
That's Demarcus Barnes. He's a junior.
And that touchdown, again, was a Bank Tennessee Ripley Tiger touchdown. Ripley back up on the ball. And Ripley's going to jump off sides this time. So
that's number 55. That's going to be Simpson.
We'll back it up 5 yards and replay the down.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, that's Logan.
76 is also out there on the offensive line. That's John Baines. Number 51, Jaden Jennings, we called him. Hurdle is split out wide to the left, turn to the right. Here's the snap, and he's going to be a swing pass out to the running back. It's complete. He splits a couple of defenders and gets past some more. He picks up the first down and then some, so that'd be like a 16, 17-yard gain for the Ripley Tigers. Farm Bureau Insurance for Ripley Tiger first down.
You know, as long as we stay healthy, I believe the Tigers don't make some statements.
Hopefully. Hurdle and Hearn split wide to the left, 1 wide right. Here's the snap. Smith rolls to his left, looking to throw. Now he's going to pull it down and run it. He's got the first down. He's into the secondary. He breaks a couple of tackles and gets down into the red zone, down to about the 10 or 11-yard line. So that's another Farm Bureau Insurance Ripley Tiger first down.
You know, that's one thing about having a running quarterback. You have to watch him as much as you would the other running back.
You got to account for everybody when
That's
you have
right.
a running quarterback. Ripley back up on the ball again. 2 wide left. Smith takes it, and he hands it off to the wide receiver. He's going to go all the way into the end zone for a Farm Bureau Insurance Ripley Tiger first down, but there's a flag on the play.
I'm sure he is.
Barnes to the right goes 11 yards into the end zone for a Ripley touchdown, but there is a flag on the play.
So that touchdown is going to come back. It's a hold against the Tigers.
Holding is the call against Ripley.
So that should move the ball back
Ripley will replay.
to somewhere around the 20-yard line, maybe 25. Okay, they set it right on the nose of the ball, right on the 20-yard line. So it'll be first and goal from the 20-yard line.
Well, the refs and umpires out there, they had to get their thing in,
Huh?
their penalty in.
And
'Cause I didn't see no goal.
we've got a stoppage of play. The referees are talking over here on the right side of the field. We'll see if they can give us an explanation of what that is. Number 76 out there in the offensive line for the Tigers. That is, again, John Baines. Simpson, at left tackle or left guard. I think he's a left guard. Here we go. First down. Quarterback snap. He's going to run it himself right up the gut. He gets a couple of yards and he's brought down inside the 20. So he picks up a couple of yards. It'll be second down and goal from about the 18-yard line, where the Tigers will have it when play resumes. 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go in this opening quarter. Ripley on top, 6-0, but in the red zone, knocking on the door. 2 wide left, 1 to the right. There's the snap. Smith looking to throw, looking, got time, throws over the middle.
Touchdown.
And it went through 3 hands, and he brought it down right at the 1 or 2 yard line. But it went through 2 defenders' hands. Fortunately, it wasn't picked off, but it does give the Tigers third down and goal to go from about the 1 yard line.
Man, that was a catch.
That was luck. But it went through 2 defenders' hands and ended up in his. Next play, here we go. Give it off to the running back, and he's going to be stopped right about the. Let's see, it's close. I think they're going to say he's maybe short. No, they say it's a touchdown. So that is a Bank Tennessee or Ripley Tiger touchdown. And those penalties, we've had several of those penalties. It's early in the year, and I'm still trying to get everything scheduled out correctly. Those penalties are brought to you by Southern Roofing and Renovations. That's Clint Conrad. He's in Dyersburg, Tennessee. So make sure to check out Clint for any of your roofing needs. Hendricks to kick. Turn to hold. Snap, kick up. Now that one looked good. And it is good. So the score is 13-0 with 2:46 to go in the first. So we'll go back on offense. Hall's Tigers will go back on offense when play resumes. Again, want to thank all the sponsors for tonight's game and for the whole season. Again, appreciate everybody that supports the Ripley Tigers, whether it's radio, TV, cheerleaders, Booster Club. And I've got to mention the Booster Club. I think they sold right at 1,000 fish plates last night, and I was here for most of it. I thought it was one of the most well executed and probably successful ones that I may have ever seen. And so those people that in the Booster Club, they really deserve a big thank you, and we appreciate what they do. Here's Hall's first down and 10. It's a toss out to the running back, and he's hit in the backfield, and he was hit by 2 or 3 players. The first one slowed him down. I'm looking at number
41 hit.
Number 82 was the first one there. That's Jaquan Robertson. He's another junior. I think Ripley's going to take a timeout, or maybe it was Halls that took a timeout. So Ripley up on top, 13-0, still in the first quarter. But again, thank you to the Booster Club. They do a fantastic job. They run the concession stand as well. Invite anybody and everybody that can to be a part of the Booster Club. You know, obviously, they'd love to have you to come to every meeting and help with decisions and so forth. But, you know, if you can't come to all the meetings, you know, if you can just let them know that you're willing to help out or want to make a donation to the program, anything you do would definitely be a positive for the Booster Club.
Yeah, these people that have supported the season, let's go out and support them.
Huh?
The season, the ones that have supported the football team, let's go out and support them.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we've only right now got 3 churches that feed the teams on Fridays, and we need about 6 more. So if you or your church or organization or anybody can help feed the team, and here's a long pass downfield, almost intercepted by Ripley. It was a little bit thrown a little bit long, but yeah. So we encourage all the churches, organizations, individuals, anybody that can to support the Ripley High School Tigers by offering to feed them on Friday afternoons. You know, they always have a pregame meal. So would invite anyone to help that. The officers for the Booster Club this year, the president is Steve Hearn, the vice president is Drew Beasley, the treasurer is Dana Rose, secretary is Shannon Jones, and everybody that's involved with that program. Those are the officers. They do a great job. But everybody that's a part of it works in it and works hard and does a good job, so kudos to all of them. Hauls to the line, takes a snap, hands the ball to the running back, and he is covered up right at the line of scrimmage, if that. So it's going to make it 4th down and about 14. Well, it looks like they're going to, they lost a couple of yards, so it's going to be 4th down and about 15. And so I would imagine that Halls is going to punt the ball, but if they punt the way they normally do, they'll just mark it off 40 yards, and that's where Ripley will have it. But sometimes they'll let it be a live punt, but just, you know, you can't cover and you can't tackle and you can't run it back. It's just like a fair catch. So we'll see what they're going to do. I'm not sure. Sometimes it's different in different jamborees, but it looks like, yeah, Ripley doesn't have anybody out there on defense except for the 2 return guys. And of course, they're just back there to catch the ball, field it, and that's where it'll be down. So if you're Halls, you want to get a good punt here.
Yeah, but with being 4th down, Hall could throw that ball.
But they can't now.
What happened?
Because Ripley took all their players off.
Oh, okay.
And Ripley's got 2 back deep. And a long, really long punt.
Good punt.
And it's going to take a great roll down about the 22-yard line. And so good punt and a good roll. They should have been backed up a little more where they could have caught it and not let it roll back further. But mistake. You want to get all those out of the way early.
Yeah, 'cause next Friday night it's the real deal. We go to Southside in Jackson to play the Hawks.
Absolutely.
We need everybody that can crank your car, put some gas in it, and come on up there. And I'm sure it's going to be that you're going to have to buy a ticket on that. Go buy me.
I don't have any idea up there.
I'm sure it
Here
is.
this year, they're doing the Go Fan tickets, but if you want to still pay cash, you come in through the main entrance by the scoreboard, and you can still come in and pay cash that way if that's what you prefer to do.
Quarterback has the ball. He's running with the ball. He's got the 1st down and more. He got about 15 yards.
Sammy hands off the carry, picks up a 1st down for the Ripley Tigers, right on the stop for Hall. That is the end of the 1st quarter.
That's the end of the 1st quarter. Ripley will find themselves in the lead 13-0 as we get ready for the 2nd quarter. The Tiger Bowl with Ripley on top again, 13-0, and we are just about ready for the 2nd quarter. They're going to take a little breather and come back and play the 2nd quarter. Again, it looks like a 15-minute quarter. We are just about ready, as we mentioned, for the 2nd quarter. So far, it's been mostly Ripley in this game. A couple of things of note. Halls didn't get to play in their scrimmage last Friday because it got rained out. So, you know, that's anytime you don't get reps, that's something that you miss. And again, they're playing without their starting quarterback tonight. You know, you can't usually say one player makes all the difference, and one player typically doesn't. But you take a big piece out, that can make a chunk of difference. But you know, Halls is just like Ripley, of course. You know, new coach, and they're just trying to get better every week, and that's what this is going to show. You know, it shows you your weak points, what you need to work on, and then you get ready for the games to start counting next week.
Well, and to give Hall some credit, they're under a new coach, which I think Blake came in a little late too, didn't he? Like as far as taking over.
Well, yeah, he got there before. He did get spring practice with him, but it probably was late. I think it was. I don't know if it was late April or early May. Here come the Tigers. Shotgun formation. It's a swing pass out to Barbie. He catches it. He's going down the far sideline. He's got one man to beat. He jukes him and cuts back to the middle, and he gets past the next one, and he's going to go all the way in for a Bank Tennessee or Ripley Tiger touchdown. It's going to be a 70-yard play with 4:40 to go in the third quarter. Ripley now up 19-0.
A great run by Barbie. Great. Of course, he had to catch the ball behind him, but once he caught that ball, you weren't gonna catch it.
Now he did a real good job of eluding some tacklers on down the sideline, and then he just had the sheer speed and willpower to get into the end zone. And I'd almost bet you at least by the 10-minute mark, we're at 14:30. Ripley will start putting in some subs.
Yeah.
Because Coach Cruz is not going to run the score up against his best friend. And the thing about Coach Cruz is he doesn't do it against anybody.
I think it wouldn't matter, Justin, if he won by 1 or 1 by 20. A win's a win.
The extra point was good, so now that makes the score Ripley 20 and Halls 0, as Halls will take over with 14:34 to go in this second and final quarter here at the Tiger Bowl 2023 here at Tiny Knee Stadium, Jim Fitzhugh Field, and Don Paris Press Box.
This game has went faster than the middle school game.
Yeah, it has. Of course, when you don't huddle, you snap the ball every 15 to 20 seconds, you can get through it quick.
I don't think Ripley's ever done that, have they, Mike? As far as I've been saying, they had gone 15, 20 seconds on offense.
Not to my knowledge. I mean, they might have done it with Pellegrino, but I don't remember so far back. Here's Halls wants to throw the ball. They're throwing it long down the far side. Intercepted by the Tigers right at the midfield stripe.
That's Hearns. That's Josh Hearns.
And he looks like he's injured. No, that's not Hearns.
Yeah, number 8 caught.
Oh, okay. I was looking at the defender. I mean, there was one intended receiver. He's injured as he's having trouble getting off the field. Number 4, I think it is. But a great catch there by Josh Hearn as he steps in front and takes that pass out of the air and comes down for a turnover for the Ripley Tigers. And so Ripley will, just like that, go right back on offense.
Was that number 4? He's the kicker. The Hall. Caleb Lager.
I also want to mention people, there's a lot of people from all over the county supported this bowl, and a lot of them from Halls supported this bowl, as always. We would definitely want to mention those. It's Herc Seed Company, Lauderdale County Bank, Halls Food Right, Alleyway Restaurant, H&A Partners. Here's the first snap. Ricky takes the ball, hands it off to the running back, right up the middle. He's into the secondary. Got the first down, got one man to beat. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he's inside the 20-yard line, so about a 32 or 3-yard romp for the Ripley Tigers.
Yeah, that's DeMarcus Barnes, a junior, number 14 for the Tigers. When he got the ball, he didn't stop. He was quick.
Picking up again, Alleyway Station, H&A Partners, Marty's Deli and Diner, Graphic Expressions, back to live action. The quarterback's going to run it himself off the right side, makes a couple of cuts. Picks up more than enough for a first down inside the 5-yard line for another Farm Bureau Insurance Ripley Tiger first down.
That's one thing that we've always said. You got a quarterback like Sammy, you got to count for him.
Graphic Expressions, Hall's Hardware and Farm Supply, Bank of Halls, Arnold Drug, Chunky Butts Barbecue, Greg Summer Register of Deeds, and Deer Creek Farm. Here's Ripley again as he goes into the end zone for another Tiger touchdown. That's number
14, DeMarcus Barnes.
So now Ripley will go up 26-0 with still 12 minutes to go. I anticipate that we'll probably see a lot of clean uniforms go in.
Yeah.
But you know, because Ripley, you know, we knew this was going to be an up year for Ripley. At least we anticipated it being, because we've got, you know, we've got just a lot of good returning players that have played for a lot. Here's the hold, the kick up, and it looks good from here. That'll make the score 27-0, and Halls will go back on offense.
One thing about Ripley, we got a real good junior class, and I believe Coach Judson said that he had a lot of good kids that were good skilled players too that were coming back, and that makes a difference.
Absolutely. So it's 11:20 to go in the second and final quarter here at Tiny Knee Stadium for the Tiger Bowl 2023. And Hall's middle school team won 6-0 over the Ripley middle school team. But Ripley High School having their way with Hall's High School at the moment. Halls will come to the line now, two wide to the right, shotgun formation, single set back to the quarterback's right. Quarterback takes a snap, hands it off to his running back, going right up the gut, runs right into a hole.
Wow. Yes, he
To a
did.
whole bunch of people, is what I should have said. If he got anything, it wasn't much.
It was Thompson there, AT3. I don't remember. A bunch of them got to him. And I believe, and I could be wrong, but I believe this is the most speed I've seen out of the Ripley defense in a long time. Because they're quick. They're really getting to the ball.
Halls will send two wide to the left this time. And a wing to the left. Shotgun formation. Single running back to the quarterback's left. Quarterback takes a snap, hand to his running back, tries to go in the middle, and he evades a tackle or two and turns it back up and picks up a couple of yards, maybe three. We'll call it about the 33-yard line. So it'll make it third down and around 7. According to the sticks on the other side, it was only a pick. Now they're moving the sticks again. So it'll be third down and about 7. Just under 10 minutes to go. And again, this is the warm-up for next Friday night as the Ripley Tigers will travel to Jackson to take on the Southside Hawks. We definitely need all of your support. Come out and support the Ripley Tigers. Let's make the short drive to Jackson and come and support the Tigers. Let's travel well.
Yeah, the fans need to come on out. Is that 12th man to support these Tigers?
Two wide to the left. Quarterback in shotgun. Long snap count, pulls the Tigers off.
That's 92.
And that is going to not give them a first down, but instead of being 3rd and 7, it's going to be 3rd and 2. So I'm glad we're seeing that right now, because definitely other teams are going to be doing that. So we've got to get used to watching the ball, not listening to the snap count. With 9 minutes to go in this second and final quarter, 27-0, Ripley all over Halls.
I don't have a 92 on my sheet, so I can't call out who he is.
Halls will break the huddle. They'll send two wide to the right. Still in shotgun. Quarterback takes a snap. It's just a quarterback run to the left here. He tries to go off left tackle and runs into a pile. Trying to just get that first down. He didn't need but 2. Now, I don't know if he got any. If he did, it wasn't 2, maybe 1. Either way, they say he did get 1. So it'll be 4th down and 1 for Halls. As you can bet, Coach Stegall's going to go for it, and he's most likely going to try to draw us off sides to start with. I would just about bet.
Yeah.
And then after that, you know, probably quarterback sneak or something like that. And if that doesn't work, and we may call timeout if we can't pull them off. They don't pull us off sides. Just at the 8-minute mark. Again, Ripley on top, 27-0. Two wide right. Wing to the left. Shotgun formation. Quarterback takes a snap, he hands it off, and he doesn't even get to the line of scrimmage. So the Tigers are going to take over on downs. It's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Ripley Tigers. They're going to have the ball in great field position. It's going to be inside the 40-yard line with 7:40 to go here in this second and final quarter. Again, Ripley on top, 27-0. Tigers making a good showing here tonight. And I think I do see some new players out on the field for the Tigers. We anticipated that. And it's still got some of the starters out there, but I don't think all of them are still out there. Halls goes back on defense. Ripley on offense. Smith is still the quarterback. Little wide out to the left.
Be sure to check out the booth in the south
Wing to
end
the left.
zone.
Shotgun formation. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Looking back, looking. Got time. Still looking, still looking. He's going to take off and running because everybody's covered. Good job on the defense. He gets past the first one, goes down the sideline, and tiptoes down the sideline to close to a first down. I don't know that he got it, but he's going to be pretty close to it. He had all the time in the world to throw the ball, but good coverage by the defense. He had nobody to throw it to, so he had to take it down and run it. He picks up 9 yards, and it'll bring it up 2nd down and 1 as we approach the 6-minute mark to go here in this final quarter of the Tiger Bowl.
That's what's so dangerous about a running quarterback.
Ripley back up to the line. They the quarterback's going to keep it himself and run to the right. He splits a couple of tackles. He's in the secondary, and he's going to go into the end zone for another Bank Tennessee Tiger touchdown with 6:18 to go in this final quarter. Now Ripley up 33-0 with 6 minutes to go in this game.
You want to give a shout out to Laney Dowd that just come in. She's a middle school cheerleader that attend Ripley Church of God, and she's a great little cheerleader. But now next Friday night, y'all really need to travel to Southside and Jackson and be the 12th man to support these Tigers.
Again, that was a Bank Tennessee touchdown, and again, Star Physical Therapy is sponsoring all the injuries, the injury timeouts, the penalties by Southern Roofing and Renovations at Clint Conrad. Farm Bureau Insurance donates $25 to the high school football program for every touchdown scored.
And that was a missed snap.
So that's going to be no good because the snap wasn't handled. And the score will remain 33-0 with 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go in this Tiger Bowl.
You know, I know they've been playing 15 minutes per quarter. I believe that middle school game lasted about an hour.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Yeah, y'all tune in every Friday night and listen to Mike White and Crazy Horse on WTRB. We'll bring you play-by-play. If we can't bring it, we'll send it to you.
Give a shout out to some people that text me that are listening, and one of them is a friend of mine from Brownsville. They're listening. Old Smarky Joe, Mark Killen, and actually his daughter Kristen and her husband Holden Ledford listen to the game night. Hall's up on the line. They take the ball, they hand it off to the running back. He bobbles the ball, tries to get outside, misses, makes a couple of defenders miss, and picks up about 2 or 3 yards going off the right side, pushed out of bounds. It's going to bring up 2nd down, about 7 for the Halls Tigers with 4 minutes to go in the game. Again, Ripley on top 33-0, and Halls will huddle up as they get ready for their 2nd down and 7 play.
I can't make heads or tail out of who they're running where, because they got the numbers all
Well, that's
messed up.
62, 68, 70, 71.
Well, who would have knew that besides you?
Halls up to the line of scrimmage. 2 wide to the right. Quarterback takes the ball, hands it off to the running back, trying to get outside on the left side. Chased back and stopped in the backfield. He's going to just be blown as his forward progress is stopped. And he would have lost about 12 or 14 yards, but they're going to spot him back with maybe a 6 or 7 yard loss. Forward progress, they blew the whistle before they brought him down.
That's number 7, 18-3.
18-3 in the house.
No, when I was looking at the Halls players number, I thought like number 5 played something on offense, and the number whatever played something on different. And that's just, well, you know, I was raised in Ripley, went to Central.
Well, you went to Halls.
I went to Halls.
So you should know that.
Yeah, I should have.
All right, Hall's up on the line. 3:15 to go in the game. 2 wide to the right, 1 wide to the left. Quarterback drops straight back, wants to throw. Runs, throws to his right, trying to throw. Throws it now short, and throws it in no man's land, so it falls incomplete. And it's going to bring up 4th down and about 15 for the Halls Tigers with 2:50 to go. I'd just about be willing to bet you if there's any way we can, unless it's just somebody breaks loose. I don't think Coach Cruz is going to call another pass play. He's probably not going to give the ball to Pitts, or he's not going to give the ball to Barbie. You know, he may put some young people in there just to see what they can do. You know, and if they get loose, they'll get loose. But I would just about be willing to bet dollars to donuts that Coach Cruz is going to do his best not to score again, because this is probably the most one-sided game. But again, we knew Ripley should be a better team this year.
You know, I mean, if they score, they score. I'm sure he's not going to stop them.
No, that's what he's going to put. I think maybe some younger guys in and see what they can do. And if they end up scoring, then they just score. And if they don't, that'd be okay with Coach too.
With the starting quarterback going back out there.
Let's see. Well, I anticipate the quarterback being there. Got a guy out there.
Number 11.
There's like 00.
Where you looking
Very
at, Mike?
back guy walking on to the far side. But again, my eyesight's not that great. I know one number.
That's number 80.
Okay. 80 and wide out, that's Robert Nelson. Rip it to the line. 2 wide outs to the left and 1 to the right. Shotgun formation, wing left. Quarterback takes a snap, he hands it off to his running back, and that is Barbie. He starts his reverse field. He's going all the way back around the other side.
He's
got the
gonna
first
score.
down, and nobody's going to catch him. He's got one man to beat, and he's just going to trot into the end zone for another Ripley Tiger touchdown. And I promise you, Coach Cruz did not want to score this many points. But, you know, you can't tell your players not to play. So that's going to make the score 39-0 with 1:36 to go in this Tiger Bowl. So Ripley all over Halls tonight, but we want Halls to have a great season.
Yes, we do.
Hope they go 10-0 from this point forward, and hope that obviously the same thing for Ripley. And we'll be keeping up with Coach Stegall and the Halls Tigers and keep you up to date on those as we progress through the season. And wish nothing but the best for Coach Stegall
Yes.
and the Halls Tigers and everything they're doing over there. So extra point kick is
good.
up, and it is good. So the score 40-0. Ripley over the Halls Tigers.
Now, we got them, I mean, I know we're beating Halls 40-0, but we're going to run into some stiff competition in this schedule that we're playing.
No doubt.
I mean, the Southside, we don't know what Southside has. Crockett County's they're always skilled and disciplined. Then we got, I believe, Bolivar. Then we go to Maneric Central, was about a 2-hour drive. So, I mean,
And then we got Dyersburg and Covington to wrap up the season at the end.
and we got
Covington and
Westview right in the middle.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, Ripley, they needed this. They needed to improve. They needed to get better. But they need to stay humble.
Yes, yes. We need
All
to,
right, Ripley up, or Halls up to the line. They're going to have 1 wide to the left. Shotgun formation. Single set back to the quarterback's left. Takes his ball. Hand it to the running back. Going off the left side. And he gets through the initial line and gets into this linebacker level and picks up about 4. And we'll see where they spot it. Looks like they're going to give him 5. So it'll be 2nd down and 5 for the Halls Tigers with 1 minute and 20 seconds to go for Tiger Bowl 2023. Again, a big thank you to WTRB. Thank you, Randy, for running the station. Mickey, for all you do. Thank you, Tiger TV, Steve Vickery, Mark Jones, and Brad Vickery for all you do to support the Ripley High School Tigers, and especially all the Booster Club members and all the fans, parents, cheerleaders, coaches, administration, everybody that's involved. Here's the snap. Quarterback's going to keep it himself, going off the left side. And he's going to be stopped after a short game with about 45 seconds to go. So we may get one more playoff, if that. But remember, next Friday night, kickoff for the regular season, 7 o'clock at Jackson Southside as we take on the Hawks, a 4A school, to open up this 2023 season.
yeah, we definitely need the fans to come out there and be the 12th man to support these Tigers. And you know, and I believe with Blake and with the Hall, I believe it's going to take them probably a couple of years, and then I think Hall's going to be somebody to reckon with.
I mean, they've got a good-looking team, a
Yes,
bunch
they
of
do.
good-looking athletes, and, you know, they just got to gel, and that takes time. This is going to be the last play, 9 seconds on the clock. All 1 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Quarterback takes a snap, hands it to his running back, starts inside, breaks it outside. He gets a couple of yards right at the first down marker as the clock runs out. And so the final score here from Tiny Knee Stadium, Jim Fitzhugh Field, Don Paris Press Box, is the score Ripley 40, Hall 0. And you know, to me, this showed that there, you know, a lot of improvement by the Ripley Tigers, and I can see where Halls has got a great future.
Oh yes, me too, Mike. And I believe this is what we've been looking for a while. You know, I don't care who you are or what coach you are. It takes time, it takes patience to build a team like we're wanting the Ripley Tigers team to be. And it's going to have to take time and patience with Blake and with the Hall staff to build the kind of team. Because I remember back in the day, Hall at one time was a powerhouse.
Well, all right, that's going to do it here from Tiny Knee Stadium. I also want to give a shout out to one of my former teachers, Miss Anita Cressman. I know she listens to us pretty regular, so I hope you're doing well. And again, thank you for joining us tonight. And be sure next Friday night to join us and check out the Coaches Show as well. And thank you. Have a great night, and good night, and God bless.